A verb describes an action or state of being. So there are a few types of verbs, including action verbs, stative verbs, dynamic verbs, regular and irregular verbs, linking verbs, finite and non-finite verbs, helping verbs, and modal verbs. Action verb. This type of verb describes the action the subject is doing. This can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive is an action verb that has a definite object that is being acted upon. So we have the subject plus a verb plus an object. For example, Ali is drawing on the board. Intransitive is an action verb that has no specific object that is being acted upon. So we just have a subject plus a verb. For example, Ali is drawing. Stative verb. These verbs tell us about the state of mind of the subject or the relation between the subject and the object. This includes like, love, hate, have, appear, believe, fit, sound, remember, prefer, think. For example, she prefers to eat an apple. He likes to walk to school. Dynamic verb. These verbs describe an actual action or process being carried out by the subject or a sensation that is felt by the subject. This includes eat, run, sleep, walk, talk, go, become, read, learn, write, grow. For example, he is running in the park. She visits the supermarket every week. Linking verb. These types of verbs link the subject to a noun or adjective. This helps provide additional information about the subject. This includes am, is, are, become, appear, will be, been, might, seem, was, were. For example, she became a nurse. Jenny and Amber are sisters. Regular verb. These are verbs that form their past participle with d or ed at the end. They don't undergo substantial changes when changing forms between tenses. So here is a table. We have base form, simple past and past participle. Ask, asked, asked. Believe, believed, believed. Irregular verb. These verbs don't follow a rule. They make their own changes. For example, here again we have the base form, simple past and past participle. The example become, became, become. So they don't follow the rule of adding a d or ed. Each word has a different ending. Finite verb. These verbs show tense, person and number. So the sentence can include I go, she goes, we went, we want, etc. For example, I work at Starbucks. She laughed at his joke. With finite verbs, it's important that the verb agrees with the tense, person and number within the sentence. Non-finite verb. These verbs don't show the tense, person or number. There are three types. Gerund. These act like nouns and can serve as a subject or object in a sentence. They end with ing. For example, writing is my hobby. Infinitives. This is another type and consists of to plus the verb. For example, I want to play football. Participle. This is a form of a verb used in a sentence to modify the noun, noun phrase, verb or verb phrase. For example, the girl waiting outside is my friend. Modal verb. This type of verb is used to indicate the possibility of something happening, show obligation, or give permission. This includes will, shall, would, should, might, must, can, can't, could, couldn't, may, need, ought to. For example, I must finish my homework. She can speak 5 languages. Helping verb, also known as auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs help the main verb. These verbs help us identify the tense of when the action occurred. This includes am, is, are, was, were, be, been, has, had, have, do, did, shall, will, should, would, might, being. For example, Anna is moving to a new house. They were playing in the park.